Okay, so I legitimately have like the worst lighting today. And also, I look like death. I don't really know why. I'm gonna blame it on the lighting. I also had my work Christmas party last night, so maybe I'm just tired, but I promise I am okay. So, anywho, Jacob Elordi, talented actor, pretentious asshole, maybe both. Jacob took some heat a couple of years ago for some comments that he had made about the Kissing Booth movies. He called them ridiculous. He said that he didn't want to make them and basically just complained about being reduced to eye candy. Now, was he wrong? Technically, no. However, was it smart to say those things out loud about the movies that kickstarted his career? Also, no. That's an inside thought, Jacob. There's this interview that Charlie Hunnam did that I really love. I'll have to see if I can find it. But they were asking him about being, a good looking man in the film industry and the frustrations of people kind of noticing you for your looks and praising your looks instead of your performance. And he basically said that, the film industry is a physical industry and it's kind of ridiculous to be anything but grateful for being good looking because it's going to help you get your foot in the door. But the thing you have to realize is that that's all it is a foot in the door. And once you're through that door, now you have to deliver.
I think that anybody who has a somewhat sophisticated understanding of how Hollywood works would be foolish to feel anything but gratitude for being handsome because it just allows us it affords us those opportunities. It's like a foot in the door. What you have to understand is that is just the foot in the door. Then you have to deliver. Occasionally, it'll feel reductive to be relegated to, in people's perception, just being a pretty boy, but I also understand that it just actually speaks more to a lack of understanding on their part of actually what it entails to put a performance together.
Let's be honest, the kissing booth opened a door for Jacob Elordi because he's a tall, good looking guy. But once he was through that door, he gave a performance that he should be really proud of. These are objectively bad movies, but he acted in them like he took them very seriously, and he was very good. There's a scene in one of the movies where he shows up to surprise his girlfriend at her dance competition, and she kisses her dance partner in front of the whole crowd, not knowing that he's there. And his face, oh my gosh, he crushed me. I felt like it was happening to me. Like, he's really that good. So, is he better than those movies? Well, yes, he is. But ultimately, it's a little silly to be anything but grateful for that experience, because look at where it's gotten him. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, dude. They got your foot in the door, and now you get to prove yourself, which he's been doing. I put out a video 2 weeks ago about the new Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie on Netflix, in which Jacob Elordi plays the creature. And when I found out that he was going to be playing the creature, I was really excited about it. I thought it was a great role for him, and I had full confidence that he was going to be able to pull it off. He is also going to be playing Heathcliff in the new Wuthering Heights adaptation, which also, when I heard about, I thought, okay, great, another good role for him. A lot of people really didn't share my sentiment on that, though. It seems that Jacob has found himself classified in the group of actors that have iPhone face, and people seem to think that he really doesn't look like he belongs in the time period of the film alongside Margot Robbie. Personally, I don't really think he has iPhone face. I think he can probably pull off that period piece look. But I've also realized that there don't seem to be any solid parameters around what defines iPhone face. Everyone seems to kind of have their own opinions on it. And I think the term's getting thrown around a little loosely as of late. I mean, at this point, they should really just stop making period pieces altogether because, newsflash, we've all seen an iPhone. I recently watched the trailer for Wuthering Heights, and it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't look like Wuthering Heights. It kind of looks more like a Wuthering Heights fan fiction, but like a good fanfic. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to be watching that or not yet, but I am tempted. There's a lot of really beautiful imagery in the trailer that is really kind of pulling me into it. Now, here's the funny thing. Other than Frankenstein, the only movies I have seen Jacob Elordi in are the Kissing Booth movies. And even with only seeing him in Netflix's cheesiest summer rom-com trilogy, I still thought he was a great actor. But a lot of people really don't seem to agree with me on that. And I'm not sure if that stems from just the general crappiness of the movies and not being able to get past that and see the actual performance that he gave, or if it stems from the comments that he made about the movies and just a general dislike for him because of that. People thought he was getting a little too big for his boots. This all spilled over to a ridiculous extent when people started criticizing him for reading a book. Yes, you heard that right. Poor boy can't even read now without people crawling all over him, calling him pretentious and overrated. This picture started going around of Jacob Elordi reading a book while he was pumping gas, and I thought it was kind of cute, you know? I used to walk to the library and then walk home reading the book that I had just picked up, like just head down in it, straightforward, insane behavior. I don't know how I didn't end up walking into traffic. But anyway, I just thought the picture was kind of funny and relatable. What I was not expecting was the way that people were absolutely tearing this poor boy apart in the comments. What started off as people commenting on how he was such a faker for deigning to read a book while waiting for his car to fill up quickly turned into people calling him talentless, full of himself, and overrated. Like, what? How did we get here? He's reading. Just because you don't like someone doesn't mean that everything they do is disingenuous. So, can we just start giving credit where credit is due? Is the guy a bit pretentious? Sure. Does he also have the talent to back it up? Yes, he does. So maybe let's get off this guy's back a little. And for goodness sake, just let the guy read a book in peace. So that's going to do it for today. I would love to hear your thoughts on Jacob Elordi as an actor down below. Is he an actual talented actor, or is he just another pretentious book reader? Please give this video a like if you made it all the way to the end, and consider subscribing if you love movies as much as I do. I'm trying to get up to 100 subscribers, so help a girl out. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all next time.